Hey guys, my name is JessiMew, and welcome back to Feel the Snow. In the last episode, we met the shaman in the ice caves who apparently has a particular love for mushrooms. He wants us to bring him 10 of these brilling caps, and we have 7 of them so far, so that means that today we're going to have to go back into the ice caves and try to find those tiny little mushrooms that kind of pop out of the ground. That's where we're getting our brilling caps, so they were very, very tricky for us to actually pin down. So we have to go all the way back to the ice caves and try to find them in the eastern portions. This is generally the location where we're able to find those tiny little mushrooms, and I'm pretty sure this is actually where the shaman is himself. So very close by to him, which makes sense because he does love them so much. But before we do that, I wanted to try to upgrade our tools because we were also receiving an absolute ton of different recipes for the iron tools, and I feel like that's probably going to help us out, especially if we have to maybe battle the Ice Queen, Ninus I think her name was. It sounds like that's probably going to be the next mission once we're done with all of our mushroom shenanigans with the shaman. While I was gathering resources though, all of these different iron ore pieces, I did run into the iron armor itself, so we definitely want to grab that up and use that as soon as possible because that is really going to help us. The defense itself is going to be a huge help in the ice caves because some of those enemies can be pretty brutal. But to start things off, we probably should make our furnace. So I think we're going to need a little bit of this iron ore, but though we might as well take the entire batch, all of these different pieces of iron ore that I've gathered up over the past few days. We'll go ahead and make our very first furnace. So it should be in our constructions just like our anvil and of course the workbench too. So we'll go ahead and make this. We just need 6 pieces of stone and 4 pieces of iron ore. So there we go, our very first furnace, and this is going to allow us to smelt down all of the rest of the iron ore that we have into iron ingots. Though where on earth are we actually going to put this? Let's see, this is pretty big. Yeah, I had a feeling it would be pretty big. I feel like it would be a good idea for me to make some sort of crafting room though, where we can place our workbench, our anvil, our furnace, and even our loom too, so we could have it all in one place. But for now, I'll go ahead and place it right over here, and hopefully we're going to have enough room from the anvil as well. So let's see how many of these little iron ingots we can make. We can go ahead and go right to the iron ingots. It does take 2 pieces of iron ore to make these, so it's going to take quite a bit of iron to make all of the iron ingots that we need for the different tools. So that was 10 of them, and we should be able to hopefully make an anvil now. Let's see. Yeah, we only need 3 to make an anvil, so we'll create this too. I guess for now we'll just place it right over here, but I am definitely going to have to come up with a better system for this. At least this is all in the same general location and right by our door too, just in case we have to zip back here really quickly and maybe make some spare swords. I am going to make sure that we have spare swords on us at the very least. Now we probably need a wooden stick, right? Yeah, we always need a wooden stick to create our swords, so we'll go ahead and make that too. Luckily I do have enough twigs to make a wooden stick, so we don't have to worry about collecting all of those tiny twigs out in the world. But let's go ahead and make our very first iron sword. Now hopefully this is going to have a little bit more durability than our stone swords do, but look at that, we have an 18 in attack strength now, so that's definitely a pretty good improvement over the stone sword. Let's go ahead and equip that right in our little hotbar down here so we can use that right away. And then for now I'll just place all of our extra tools right in this chest over here, just so we have some more room in our inventory itself. We also have our stone shields, so we want to make sure we make an iron shield too, and of course our iron armor. So how many ingots do we actually need for all of this? That is the question. We need 3 more for the iron shield, so let's go ahead and create that too, and then I think we are definitely going to need some more of those ingots. So let's make, it looks like we can make 7 more with all of the iron ores that I have collected over the past few days. So let's go ahead and make our iron armor too. Oh, we need some cloth for that. Okay, that's a little bit different. It's a little bit trickier to make, but it does make sense because it is going to be much more helpful than our stone armor. Thankfully, I have a ton of wool in our chest too from all of those wolves that we had to beat by the ice caves as well. And now we should be able to make our very last iron tool, our iron armor. So let's see, we'll go ahead and make our iron armor right now, and that is going to give us, again, a pretty good defense boost. I did make sure to gather up a whole bunch of those little bits of mucus too, so that we can hopefully keep our lantern lit while we're in the ice caves. because that is the most disorienting thing, to be right in the middle of battle, only to have your lantern go out and then you can't see where you are, you can't see where the enemies are. So we definitely want to make sure that our lantern is lit. It seems like it takes 5 pieces of mucus to completely fill the lamp, so we have plenty of refills right in our inventory. But our main concern is going to be just finding these brilling caps. So I did discover when I was gathering resources that if we go back into the settlement, we can actually use that like strange pad that was over by the old man's house. You guys probably remember this. This is one of the very first things that we saw when we started the game. Yeah, this pad right here. There's one that looks just like it by Toadolf's house, and if we actually click on this, we can go straight to Toadolf's house now, which is going to save us so much time. I'm so upset that I didn't know about this earlier, because I was actually running back and forth all the way across the map to try to gather up all of these resources, all of these different bits of iron ore and whatnot. So this is going to save us so much time as we're trying to find all of these little mushrooms. So let's see, we want to go off toward the eastern parts of the cave to hopefully find some more of those little brilling caps. So first, before we go any further, because it is a little bit dark already, let's go ahead and light our lantern, and hopefully we won't have to worry about it going out while we're right in the middle of battle. We will have to keep our eyes out for the different types of enemies, of course. The snails come after you as soon as you get near them. These guys are a little bit more passive. They won't actually hit you until you attack them, but they can poison you, so they are very, very tricky to defeat. But since we have our upgrades now, hopefully that's going to make it so we can defeat them a little bit faster than before. I would imagine that we've probably received all of the recipes that we possibly can in this place. We do have basically all of the different types of tools in an iron variety now, so oh my goodness. And I have 2 snails coming after me now. Really, guys? Really? I mean, luckily they're not too hard to defeat as long as you hit them. As long as you, oh my gosh, get out of the way when they're charging at you too. But as long as you keep hitting them, then it seems like they can't actually start charging up. So we'll go ahead and slap this guy as many times as we can. There we go. And there's all of that snail meat too. Now I was thinking that we might actually want to start making the snail recipe. There was some sort of recipe in here for food. Yeah, this snail recipe right here. If we use snail meat and one of the mushrooms that we gather up on the cavern floors, then it seems like that is going to be a little bit of a better meal for our snow lady. It restores 80 hunger points as opposed to the 75 that our baked ham gives us. So once we're done with all of our baked hams down here, I probably will look into that. I mean, the mushrooms are really, really easy for us to gather up. They're basically everywhere. And we actually have oh my goodness, a lot of that as snail meat now after spending so much time trying to battle them. But these guys are really tricky because of course those big ice shards really hurt you when they hit you. So if we want to battle them from afar, then we have to make sure that we can charge up our ice a little bit faster than he can. But there we go. They do give us a little piece of ice itself, so we don't have to worry about turning all of those snow mounds into ice to make these different health potions. And that has really helped me make the ice potions a little bit faster, as well as gathering up the ice from these little mounds right here. It's definitely an improvement because we don't have to go through that extra step of turning all of that snow into ice. But I think oh, I think I hear the mushrooms. Where are they? I definitely hear them. They're around here somewhere. There we go. There's those little holes. All right, so we finally found, hopefully, our very last little group of mushrooms. They are so adorable, aren't they? I feel so bad slaying these guys. So hopefully the shaman is going to be happy with us after we bring him all 10 of his brilling caps. Hopefully he won't want us to slay any more of the mushrooms, but these guys are very, very tricky. They're popping up so far away from me. Let's see if I can get at least one of them. I mean, honestly, you guys, honestly, I had so much trouble with these little mushrooms toward the end of the last episode, so hopefully this is not going to be a repeat of that. But let's see, yeah, they really are a little bit nervous of our snow lady. I mean, I guess, oh my goodness, you can understand why, because we are trying to slay them, but let's go ahead and place some more of that mucus in that lantern. There we go, there we go. Finally, I managed to get one of them. So that should be 8 brilliant caps. We only need 2 more. Let's see if I can just get these guys before they pop back in, and I think I may have attracted the attention of that snail too. Did I? It looks like it might actually be stuck down there. Well, okay, we're not going to bother you if you don't want to bother us. I certainly don't need one of those speedy little snails nipping at my heels while I'm trying to get these guys, but there we go. That's all 10 of our brilliant caps, so I guess we'll leave the rest of you mushrooms to it. We're not going to slay all of the mushrooms in this area, and we'll go right back to the shaman and see if maybe he's ready to give us our next quest. So he was supposed to be showing us us the way to, I believe, the Ice Queen's palace, or wherever she happens to live. And it does seem like the Ice Queen has been affected in some way by whatever sort of nasty thing brought along the nightmares. That was the main thing that we were trying to find out. What exactly started all of the nightmares in the town? So hopefully the shaman will be able to shed a little bit more light on that. And oh my goodness, really, little snail? Really? You're going to pop up right there? Well, let's go ahead and drink one of our health potions. We do have plenty of those, so we don't have to worry about using too many of them. And then let's get rid of the snail, because we're not going to be able to talk to the shaman if we have a snail trying to charge at us like that one. It's too bad that we used up so many of those Eskimos, because those really come in handy right here when we're trying to dodge the snails in particular. I mean, they zip all the way across the caverns, and they can really ping off of you if you're not careful. But there we go. Now we have another little chunk of snail meat to take with us to our kitchens, and now we can officially give the shaman all of his brilling caps. Oh, it's you. Did you bring them? We'll need those caps. Yes, here you are. 10, but I only needed 5. Regardless, I shall now open a portal for you. Really? Really? You only needed 5, but you made me get 10. A portal? How is a portal a secret path? Well, you see, I mustn't give away all of my secrets. Alright, let's do this. Enter the circle and wait until the portal opens. Okay, this circle down here, like, maybe we should munch on a little baked ham before we go, because our snow lady is getting a little bit hungry. And I think I will also go ahead and light our lanterns again so that it's all nice and lit before we go in there. We don't know if it's going to be pitch black in there like it is when it's really dark in the caverns. So I guess let's go ahead and see what happens. It looks like the shaman is getting ready, so let's see. Hurry, hurry into the portal. Oh, it's just like, oh, this guy, it's just like the portal that we used to go back home. What on earth, did he actually trap us? Now then, what do we have here, I was wondering how to get our friend to make a portal. You saved me the hassle. Now that we don't need him, I'll serve him up as a snack. Oh my gosh, I thought you were like some sort of traveling hero. You are definitely not, are you? You just sit here and wait. I feel Ninus myself as the true hero of this land. Since you're stuck here, why don't you start writing my great deeds? Oh my gosh, this guy is absolutely terrible. So he like locked us in this little cage here. Can we get out? Of course not. Oh my goodness, we're going to have to try to pick the lock now. Great, absolutely great. So yeah, we have to escape the trap. You're trapped in a cage, find a way out of it. So maybe we have to hit all of those symbols as they pop up. Yeah, there we go. All of those little symbols as they go across the screen, we just have to hit in the right direction. Just like when we're walking with our little snow lady. And then hopefully we'll be able to pick this lock and go after that guy, I guess. It sounds like he's going to try to slay Ninus before us because he wants to take all of the credit. But he also killed the shaman on us, which is so sad. Our shaman just wanted to spend his time with all of his mushrooms. He wasn't hurting anyone. He was just enjoying his life here. And oh my goodness, it is so dark out there too. I guess our lantern did actually give out, but I'm going to focus on, oh no, I hit the wrong button right at the end too. I was trying to focus on the lock, but we're going to have to do it all over again. Before I do that though, let's go ahead and light our lantern just in case, because I feel like something is probably going to come swooping out at us if we're not careful. All right, right at the end again, let's see. There we go. We opened the door. Now we can get out of here. So go into the portal. Use the portal that leads to the chamber of Ninus. Okay, guys, so I wonder if this is going to be like the big boss battle of this area. It does kind of seem like it, but it looks like we're going to do somewhere inside the ice caves itself, just based on where this portal is leading. So let's see where it goes. Oh my gosh, is that Ninus? No, how could I lose? Impossible. Oh my gosh, so he's completely gone. Like, I thought there was something suspicious about him in particular because he seemed very, very rude for some sort of traveling hero. Another dares to disturb me, then you shall be punished too. I wish I could say, but talking won't help. Such insolence. Death is your only saving grace. Die. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is definitely a big boss. So let's go ahead and make sure that we have our health potions at the ready. And then let's try to go ahead and slap her. Oh my goodness, maybe not. Okay, let's go ahead and heal up. It looks like she's summoning all of these little creatures too. So we're going to have to try to take care of them as well. Oh my gosh, and they hit just as hard as her magic. Maybe if we hit them from afar like we were doing from the other ice crystals. Yeah, that definitely definitely seems to help, but she is sucking us in with like that little vortex, that strange vortex. It doesn't really seem like our warm hat is helping us too much in that regard. I was hoping that it would save us from her wrath in particular. Now we have some of these different gems up here. Maybe we should try to hit these. Maybe that would help us. Yeah, it seems like we can get rid of them, so why don't we try to actually destroy all of these, and we'll see what happens. Actually, I think her shield went back up when she summoned the red gem again, so maybe we should actually try to take care of those. Maybe that would help us. It seems like that is kind of the source of her power right now, but we are having so much trouble with all of these tiny little ice people, so let's try to get rid of them first, I guess, because those are really, really tricky to take care of. Yeah, we can't actually hit her, it seems like, when she has a shield up. Oh my gosh! And all of her little friends are completely pummeling me into the ground. We were not prepared for this. I mean, I wish we had some of those Eskimos to zip around them at the very least. That would probably help us, but oh my gosh, we don't have any Eskimos with us at the moment, and we're almost out of health potions too because we're using them so much. Oh my gosh, little guys, honestly, just let me get away from you for a moment so I can heal. Just one more time. We need one more health potion, and then we'll try again. I'm not sure which one of these crystals is actually allowing her to summon these guys, assuming that is what is causing this, but we definitely need to get rid of them. Yeah, the red one is gone now, but it doesn't seem like her shield actually went down, so maybe it's the blue one? Nope, it seems like her shield is still up, but the purple one, maybe that was it, because now her shield is gone. So now would be a perfect time for us to actually hit her with some of our magic, maybe. But all of these little ice crystals coming at us is the main concern, because they hit so hard. Oh my gosh, and they completely overwhelm you too. We only have 3 health potions left. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to actually defeat Ninus. She is very, very tricky. Oh no, we ended up getting killed. Oh no. Okay, so I guess we're going to have to go all the way back to the ice caves to go through that portal again. I guess we could probably try to defeat her again, but maybe first we should actually try to level up some of our skills. So we have our ice ball here. I do actually have 1 skill point left over from all of the resource collecting that I was doing before, so we'll go ahead and upgrade our ice ball to level 5, and that means that we should be able to use our next skill point that we gather to activate the ice spikes instead. So it says it sprouts out in a line to inflict damage and slows enemies' movement speed just like the ice ball, but I guess this would be a larger radius. And then we also have the ice barrier, which would probably really help us. Surrounds the user in a barrier made of ice shards that inflict damage upon contact with the enemy. Oh my gosh, if we could get that, it would probably be like so much easier because we wouldn't have to worry about all of those tiny little ice shards pinging off of us, all of those little guys that she was summoning. That would definitely help, but I guess we're going to have to let our snow lady recover a little bit. We'll go ahead and light her on fireplace to heal up all of that damage that we took, and we'll let her go ahead and eat one of her baked hams too. Oh my goodness, I was not expecting that tough of a battle. I mean, again, I'm glad that we made all of this iron armor or iron tools, but it really didn't seem to help us too much. But yeah, now we have a ton of snail meat, we have a ton of those mushrooms, so I think next time, once we get rid of all of these baked hams, we'll make sure that we make some of those different snail meals instead. For now though, since Ninus is a little bit too tough for us, why don't we actually go down to the dark zone that's on our map. We have another dark zone just past the settlement, I believe. Yeah, we actually went past it at one point, it looks like. So if we go past the settlement, then we should be able to hopefully get rid of yet another one of those dark zones, which should not only give us some more experience when we slay all of those little nightmares, but we should also be able to possibly get another one of those mana crystals as well. So that should help us just in general, because I did notice that those skills actually cost a little bit more mana to cast. It looks like the ice spikes cost 2 mana to activate, and the ice barrier costs 4. We only have 4 right now, so if we wanted to use the ice barrier, that would use up all of our mana. So I think it would probably be a good idea for us to go down here and try to gather up some more of those. Assuming that the shrine is going to keep giving us these mana crystals anyway, but let's see if we can get rid of the dark zone itself. And we'll go ahead and hit this thing too, just in case it gives us something different. Oh my gosh, it actually did! Usually these heal us, but we have a little battle firefly pet? Well, okay, that is certainly going to help as we're going into the dark zone. I won't complain about that. Yeah, there we go. Here is the dark zone. So let's see if we can get rid of this shrine right here. It should probably be a little bit easier for us anyway now that we have our iron tools. We'll be able to, at the very least, hit those nightmares much harder than before. There we go. I mean, that was so simple. Honestly, those used to be so hard for us to do. Luckily, we did have our little pet actually distracting those nightmares anyway, so that was a huge help. But now we have yet another one of these mana crystals, so let's go ahead and activate that. And that should definitely help us if we're going to increase our magic skills. I guess next time what we could do instead is take all of our new tools down to that really strange biome that we found before, down here with all of those fire crystals and all of those machines, the strange crabs and whatnot, and the reapers, because that would probably help us gather up some pretty good experience points too. So I think that is what we'll do. In the next episode, we'll try to level up our snow lady as much as we possibly can. Of course, I am going to have to make sure that we have plenty of those health potions because we kind of burned through them this time. We really burned through them in that battle. It was just Ninus. I mean, all of those little creatures that she summoned were really tricky, but I think the trick of that battle is going to be trying to get rid of the crystals that she summons up on top, those different colored crystals, because that does seem to be connected to her powers. So next time what we'll do is we'll level up, and then once we're sure that our snow lady can actually handle herself, once we're sure that she's going to be able to defend herself with all of her nice new magics, then we will try to defeat the Ice Queen again. But for now, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!